If you are a spiritual coach, a Reiki practitioner, an energy healer, or a light worker, maybe a breath facilitator or a yoga instructor, this episode is for you. Because here's the uncomfortable truth we really don't talk enough about in our circles. Most spiritual entrepreneurs are exhausted, they're underpaid, and they quietly struggle behind the scenes while preaching alignment and abundance and high vibration. And guess what? I was one of those instructors, and I know exactly the problem most women, especially women, that's what they face. So I just want to let you know that you didn't choose this path because you wanted to be rich, right? But you chose it because you have walked through fire and now you help others for their light. But somewhere along the way, you probably started believing that charging for your gifts was totally wrong, that being spiritual meant staying broke, staying humble, not asking for prices, and not even raising your prices or doing it all for free. And now you're stuck. So, doing deep healing work means that you are going to transform lives, but you can't afford to take a day off. So, today, we are having a conversation no one had with us in our trainings, which is why most spiritual coaches stay stuck and broke, and how to finally build a business that heals and pays. Because the truth is that you don't have to choose between your soul and your success, you can get both. And we have an amazing woman. She's originally from Japan, who embodies what it really means to blend soul with strategy. Her name is Mayumi Pachkoski, who is a holistic skincare expert and energy healer with over 20 years of experience in the US beauty industry. She has built a thriving six-figure salon by combining Eastern and Western healing practices. And now she's on a mission to help other energy healers like you, like me, and other spiritual entrepreneurs do the same. Through her mentorship, Mayumi empowers spiritual practitioners to amplify their impact, attract the aligned clients, and turn their passion into sustainable soul-led success. Welcome to the show, Mayumi.
Thank you for having me, Dimple. Glad to be here.
I am excited to interview today. So I need to really start with, tell us about the beginning. Like, what inspired you to step into this path as both a healer and a businesswoman?
Yes. So originally I'm from Japan, and then I started working actually airline industry first as a flight attendant. So
Wow.
after graduating from college, I moved to Taiwan because first employer was China Airlines, and I was based in Taiwan, Taipei. And then I worked in the next one was Continental. I went back to Japan, but now Continental merged with the United. So I traveled, and then I met my husband. He was also flight attendant and got married. And then we really start to contemplate it, both of us. What's the next path? It was great career. We had lots of fun, but we wanted to have a more. So we decided to move to Maryland. My husband persuaded his goal. And around that time, I just moved here to really sorry thought I was supporting him to make his dream goal come true. But I start to ask myself what I want to do next. And then I chose, I want to empower mostly women around that time. And right now I have men clients as well. Around that time, just to empower women, making them feel beautiful. That's how I chose the beauty industry. But in the beauty industry, I thought that there is a little bit of a misconception in the people. They really like to just beautify the outside, a superficial area. But my salon, I wanted to create the balance of body, mind, spirit. So I really focused on my clients. And in the beginning, I even didn't know what the Reiki was. What happened was when I started doing the facial, my clients start to say, Mayumi, this is not the facial. You are healing people. And I'm like, what? Oh, and then people start to telling me that you should name your menu the Reiki facial. That was the beginning of a path to then I am Japanese. I didn't know what the Reiki was. I never heard of it growing up in Japan 20 years. So it's like I was very skeptical. I thought that it was scam or fake. So first Reiki class was kind of investigation that it is true, and I was really skeptical, and then attended, and then I admit, oh, okay, after did the research, this is the real thing. I never doubt about the energy healing, but I didn't know what the Reiki was. But from there, I really start to learn more, and then combine together. So people specifically searching my type of service start to come. And then slowly, really one person at a time, and then word of the mouth, majority of the people start to come to my studio.
Wow, that's amazing. So from airline industry to beauty industry, from
Mhm.
beauty industry to now you're actually helping spiritual entrepreneurs to grow their business.
Yes.
So why did you really choose this path where you felt like, okay, I'm already a beautician because, you're a beautician, you're an esthetician, right?
Right.
You're doing facials. And maybe one day when I come to Maryland, I'm gonna come see you and be like, I need a Reiki facial from you. So why did you choose to really help other entrepreneurs in their journey to make money?
Yes, it's the exact point that you point out today. I start to notice the similarity of the patterns. Many people really struggle to accepting money.
Yeah,
Yeah, first of all, this is a business. They need to recognize that, but somehow they don't like that verbiage. And it's like, oh, money. Oh, it's not about the money. But I always say, well, but at the end, the energy is, the money is a form of energy. It's
correct.
the exchange. You cannot just give, or receive. It needs to be reciprocal. So your value needs to be exchanged with money. It's nothing wrong. When you are stopping that, then it's gonna have the imbalance become. And then I saw so many talented fellow wellness practitioners that especially who are incorporating energy healing, more spirituality. Somehow they think asking for money is the no noble thing. There is a
Yeah.
spiritual correctness type of statement that they have to make or life they have to make. And I always tell, this is not the service. Yes, we serve people, but it's not like a monastery. We are not the preachers or monk. This is as a business. If you don't want to accept the money, you can create a non-profit. This is business, but anywhere somebody donates money, somebody paying you money. If you ask for the grant, that's the taxpayers' money. So everybody else is paying for you. So it's not avoidable. So why do push so much? It's accepting it's much easier. And then I wanted to teach how I built. I don't have any guilt. And I will say, oh, this is my value. If you think that that's into expensive, maybe I'm not the right person for you. And I don't have any guilt saying that because I did my work and I took so much, lessons and workshops and investment I have done. So I was just, wow, I can teach people how I build and then they can be happy too because they are kind of saying, I'm okay, but I can see through they are miserable and then they are stuck in the broken record of pattern and
Yeah.
unable to raise their vibration.
Wow. So you're basically saying exactly what most wellness coaches or spiritual coaches, deal with. And I was one of them. And this is very real because I would charge so little for my 1 hour classes that I would get burnt out. And I had to
Yes.
teach, and maybe my students, they already know this, but I was teaching Mayumi
Mm-hmm.
80 classes a week just to make ends meet.
Oh
Why?
my
Because I remember this, I used to charge $30 a session, $30 to
God.
teach yoga. And then I probably did this for like 6 years, and then I remember my first InstaVital, my co-founder at InstaVital, my previous company, said, "Dimple, you keep doing this, you're gonna get burnt out. Yes, you're young, you
Mm-hmm.
can do it, but later you will get burnt out in your
Mm-hmm.
body." Today I look
Yes.
back and I'm like, I'm glad I listened to him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So technically, I understand this is a problem with most women, and especially
Mm-hmm.
coaches, men or women, that they
Mm-hmm.
think if they have to do a healing work, abundance is not possible.
Mm-hmm.
They think that. So why? I mean, I know this because I was one of them. Many spiritual coaches, they feel the guilt, or fear
Mm-hmm.
around charging for their work.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that pattern is so common in our community?
Uh, I I don't know to say the articulate just one thing, but I have noticed a few patterns.
Yeah.
One of them is it's a kind of spirituality is entangled, and then they compare themselves work as like a Buddhist monk or Christianity priest, and then they are devoted for their work, and then they are not doing for the monetary exchange. And I think they are trying to mimic that model,
Mhm.
and they think they have to be that way. But I'm gonna say this is a business. Nobody works for free. Everybody works and then get paid somehow as an exchange of value. So you need to start accepting that what I'm doing is service, but also business. I
Correct.
need to earn money. That's the model of the business. People have the difficulty accepting this as a big business. That's the first thing. And the next one is one time I have heard completely from the outside of this industry person, oh, those healers, they should not be charged. That's a noble work. They're not supposed to be, those people shouldn't be asking for money. And I said, oh, that's your belief system, not mine.
Exactly.
And then
How are we
I
gonna,
stopped there. Yes.
yeah, how are we gonna pay our bills?
Right. So I think they may have told by somebody else.
Of course.
And then they didn't know how to tell their truth or couldn't reply the way professionally. And then that stuck in their mind and somehow they are feeling guilty. That may, that little small indentation, it may not be a big trauma, but lingering on, oh, I shouldn't be asking for money. And
Mhm.
then number three is upbringing. Maybe your, family had to fight for money
Mhm.
or didn't have enough. They were so jealous about the people who have abundance and they hated it because they don't know how to create it.
Exactly.
And that's their frustration, but somehow their frustration was pointed at to the people who has abundance. So different misconception. And then as you are growing up, and parents teaching you that way, oh, rich people are bad people, they're evil, they're greed, and so forth. And then they somehow believed in that, and then very difficult to get out from that realm of belief system. Mm-hmm.
And I also feel, yeah, so all these points are totally valid. One is the worthiness, they don't feel worthy and in charge. One is the
Mm-hmm.
mindset, right? And one is that their upbringing is just like conditioning. Parental
Mm-hmm.
conditioning just tells them that this is
Mm-hmm.
what, especially for rich people, they start having these negative mindset towards them, and they start projecting it at their work.
Right.
For me personally, it was my teacher. I remember one of my teachers who later on was a cult teacher that I was following.
Oh, I listened to one of your podcast, and yes.
He used to tell me, Dimple, we don't need money. We don't need money. We don't need our parents. We don't need our siblings. We don't need our friends. If you want to grow as a person in yoga and really receive enlightenment, you don't have to worry about money. I'm like, and so that became my conditioning. I used to think, oh yeah, okay. So I started living like a yogi. I would not, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. And I'm like, damn, I missed 9 years of my life under this cult teacher. And now and now I charge $5,000 for 10 weeks of working with me. And I'm okay to charge 10, I'm totally okay. I have clients that pay me. I've even went up to like $7,500 for 10 weeks of working with me. And I'm like, damn, this from that Dimple who charges $38 an hour to charging. And I'm like, what really changed? And I think it was my conditioning. Thanks for pointing this out. And I also just wanted to say, like, some of our audience, coaches and spiritual people who struggle with this money part is also because deep down they are not challenging their own beliefs. They're not challenging,
right.
right? So I would love to know now from you, Mayumi. You have built a 6-figure healing-based salon. What were the top 2 or 3 mindset shifts or practices that helped you to get there?
Firstly, I already knew I have to make it happen. I'm an immigrant.
Nice.
Yes, I came from Japan, and then when I moved to Maryland, I didn't have an immediate family from my side or friends. I didn't know anyone. I had the little few people that I knew from attended the vocational school or something like that. And then I apprenticed a little bit under this European esthetician, but I didn't have a real connection and so forth. And we Japanese say, your butt's on fire, meaning don't sit around. You are as if your butt's on fire. You're going to start to, wake up and then start to walking around or taking action. So people say, don't sit around, take action. So just to take action. So I started going out the networking meeting, every single one in the town that I can find, because people don't know me. Said, oh, I opened up the business, but nobody knows then how I can get the client. So I start getting there, and then I start to speak like what I do. And some of the network meeting wasn't for me. Pretty great for different business people, but I was really looking for more authentic, scientific connection can be made. And I found a very good group, the women's group, and then they are very honest, and then there are some healers who are there, and then I start to grow the connection from there. And also I volunteered the small business owners gonna do the event for the like a charity event for the community. I volunteer in that, and then started not knowing people who are in the neighborhood. So I had to act, but I didn't have any skills. Still, I'm a low-tech person. So I didn't have my website, social network, no. So I literally just created one person at a time, word of the mouth, and start building and building. And my beginning was I rent a room in a wellness salon. Monthly payment rent was $450. And my facial was costing $150. So I'm not even calculating all the product I have to buy to do the facial or anything. That scared me. But just to pay, in order to pay this rent monthly, I have to do 3 facials. That was my beginning of the goal. So 3 facial for this month, 3 facial for this month. How can I do the 3 facials? And then I started going out. That made a big difference. And then slowly, American people are really, really generous people, and they love immigrants that who trying to make things happen. So there are lots of cheerleaders showed up, like you have to go to see Mayumi. She's incredible. She does the different type of facial. You have to go and you have to experience it. And then some of the people really became the marketing tool for me, like a walking marketer for me.
Yeah.
And then people start, coming here. And then really there were times that hard times were, here. I slept in the office overnight. That wasn't the one day.
Oh,
Sometimes in the winter, yes, there is a snow, then snow removal may be late, then I may not be able to go to the salon. So if I know that the night before it may snow, but my clients are near my salon, but I drive 45 minutes.
oh,
So
wow.
I didn't want to, yes, but in the countryside, it's a very nice drive. It's not like a highway. So I sleep on my in my salon and then prep for the next day for the next clients because I needed that facial to pay my rent and then different things. Yes. So I did my share, but I just didn't give up. So if somebody listening and then it's like, wow, you did it. Look, sounds so easy. I'm not that or far away from it. I was probably below than anybody else, but I didn't have I have nothing to lose.
Mhm.
I literally have nothing to lose. So I had the thick skin. Who cares? And then I just moved on one day at a time. Mhm.
I love
That's the
that.
big difference. Mhm.
And I think people like you who are resilient enough to move to go rock bottom and then go sky high, they are the ones that sustain. They are the ones that are very good in their business. They are the ones that actually make it instead of
Mhm.
people that just sit on their butt and think
Mhm.
about, oh, it's not working. Oh, they try
Mhm.
one strategy. Oh, it's not working. It doesn't work that way. Even for
Mhm.
me, I
Right.
had to try over 1,000 strategies before one thing
Right.
worked, you know?
Mhm.
And if that one thing worked, okay, I kept on doing that. So thank you for sharing how you made it. What do you think is the biggest mistake that you see
Mhm.
new or struggling healers
Mhm.
making when trying to turn their passion into their business?
Pricing.
Pricing.
Yes. Yeah, pricing. My my business coaching, I will another thing is the branding. First I'm gonna go back to the branding. Everybody says, oh, what you do, it's not their brand. Oh, I do, for instance, Reiki. I
Mhm.
do shamanic healing. I do this. But you are more than that. There are a variety of people do the same, but each one of us have a different resonance to the different audience. So what you are is the brand. So yeah, I understand, but that's what you do. But what you really do is kind of they people don't think through.
Mhm.
I offer this. I learned so much tools. Wow, I have a client like so many gajillion of workshop they have taken, but this is what I do. But it's like wow, if you put all of this, people just get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
We have to define that almost like a niche what
Mhm.
you do and then start to branch out the different things. So what do you do, more, best? What is your strongest thing that, oh, if I do this healing, this is my strength and my specialty. What is it? And then go in that. So that's one of the missing point to many people.
I just want to just kind of say, okay, so the first one is branding, which means you're trying to
Mhm.
say to the audience, you have to niche down. If you're doing
Yes.
20 things, if you're
Mhm.
doing 20 things, you have to niche down to like one or two core things that you really do. Because I think coaches also have this problem. They
Mhm.
they think they should be offering 20 different services, whereas they should only offer one service and then add
Mhm.
little things to their offering, right? So you're
Yes.
saying niche it down, even if
Mhm.
don't be so general, be specific.
Yes, that's correct. Mhm.
Awesome. So branding is the first one. And yes, you're right about pricing. This is
Yes.
mostly what women or healers really need to focus on. So please tell us about what can they do with pricing.
Yes. Firstly, I think they have better find the coaches, business coaches that really understand this energy healing industry. I do. So I take a look at the pricing, and majority of the people price is way below. And
Mm,
then I give them their pricing. You have to be minimum this, da 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 da. And they're like, really? I said, yes. You have better take a high road because people trying to compete. I'm cheaper. I'm not experienced enough yet. Even some of the people have a lot of experience, but they are too humble. If they are really, really beginner, that's a little bit different. But many of them are already practicing for years. Then I said, would you let me know, calculate all the workshop you attended and how much you have invested so far, including a
mhm.
traveling cost and then everything.
Yeah,
And just think about it, how much you put on. And then this are you okay just asking for this money? That really let them think like, ah, that is true.
I
And
love
then
that.
when I, yes, give them your minimum price should be this, then almost like, wow, deep down, I thought that's okay, but somebody else is validating and then saying this is a minimum and then saying this price. And then I had one client I'm working now. I talked about her value. She started to cry
Oh.
because she has unbelievable expertise, like yoga and then nutrition, and she does qigong, tai chi, every single aspect she studied in depth, and she can deliver so many different ways of healing to the client.
Mhm.
And then I said, no, that's not who you are. You can brand like this. And then she started to cry, Mayumi, I started, thank you. And then she started crying. And then
Yeah.
after that, she made okay for herself. That really shifted her mindset. She started talking her friends, colleagues, and then they're like, yeah, that's right. You should be. So she's more confident now, and then she's not hesitant to, speak her truth. Yes, this is my value, and then this is my worth. So this is my price. So that's great, way to somebody will say that for you. Probably you need somebody else to let you know this is your worth, and then you can shift because it's
Yeah.
very, very difficult to figure out by yourself.
I love that because as a business coach, you're basically bringing like a bird's eye view to the
Mm-hmm.
to your client, who are
Mm-hmm.
spiritual coaches, because they just don't see their worth. And you're
Right.
right. I love what you said about look at how many trainings you have done. Look at how much certifications you have done. Look at how many
Mm-hmm.
hours of work and experience you have.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still gonna charge this little money? It doesn't make
Mm-hmm.
sense, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
love how you help them that how much they've invested outwards in their
Right.
training and what they're charging. So this is a
Mm-hmm.
great piece of advice. I want to ask you because we still have 15 minutes left. How
Mm-hmm.
can
Sure.
spiritual entrepreneurs really start attracting more aligned clients without
Mm-hmm.
burning out? For example, if you can give us an example on this client who cried, who's like, Mayumi, finally I get this. What did she do
Mm-hmm.
differently? And did she really align to her clients and attract those kind of clients with high pricing?
Yes, we are still, we are still in the beginning of the stage of working, but she initially said that when we start to talk about the pricing, she said, but Mayumi, then some of the people, potential client, may not be able to afford this. We serve. So I said, yes, if you are non-profit, but you established, she claimed that she has a business and it's LLC. So it's like, wow, good. And it's like you have to earn money. You have to pay taxes. So you
Correct.
have to earn money. And then I said, with your expertise, you really can do the private coaching who are affluent, that your caliber, that with your need, I can customize this type of things for you, just for you. And that's what I want you to do. And then do you know what? When you claim it and then you start to getting that client, you have abundance, then why don't you do the free event for those clients that they may not be able to pay, and then give the
I love
session.
that.
That's much faster, and then it's like you can do twice a year, and that really her eye, it was like, oh, that's great. So it's they're very hesitant to accepting money, but once you accept it, it's very easy. You can give back. It's not like you have to hoard everything. You can start to give it back. So it's really, really much enjoyable fulfillment you will feel by earning more because you can help others more.
Yes.
In need.
And I think there is another aspect to this also. Women have been oppressed and silenced, right, for so many centuries. And they always believed that the man has to earn the money.
Yeah, that's true.
Men have to earn the money. So some part of the consciousness is not like the pattern has not changed. They still believe they need to charge less, they need to make less. And I think it's also because they are deep down subconsciously, they're shaming themselves when it comes to money. And if we can even just shift that, and I love what you said, go ahead and charge higher clients. And if you want to do free stuff for those women who cannot afford your services, go do free events. That is a great tip. I think our audience will love this tip. Like go ahead and really claim your worth. And when I moved from my $30 a session to $5,000 a session,
Yes.
$5,000 for my program.
Yes.
Later, after I started charging 5,000, I started charging 6,500. Then I started charging 7,500. I started
for
telling
you.
myself, I said 50,000 is easier than 5,000. That was just my mental shift, and I would say 50,000 is easier than 5,000. And then I would get a corporate client, 50,000. I'm like, what? Because I claimed it, I got it.
Good for you.
And I think this is what women need to hear. So thank you for bringing this up. I have two more questions for you. What's your take on healers that want to niche down, right? So who are niching down on their topic, their service? Is it basically anything that can help them to come out of their beliefs? If you can just basically help in niching, like what can they do to niche down their service? How do you really know this is what they should?
Okay. Yes. A niche is not only your niche, but also there needs to be a needs. The potential client needs to be existing. So I always ask, in the past, just to think through what kind of healing you have done. There should be a pattern. Maybe there are same type of theme or traits they have. For instance, everyone, men or women, but both this person's clients have majority of them have the mother related issue, trauma issue. Then that could be your niche because you have done it and then you had success with it. So that can be your niche. And I had the very beginner of the client I'm working now. this person made the chronic fatigue. He couldn't even make a 5 minutes conversation. After the 5 minutes conversation, he's done for the day. But now with the quantum touch energy healing, he is doing much better and almost like a regular person. And so he wants to become an energy healer. And I don't have anybody yet. What's gonna be my niche? So what is your story? I asked. What is your story to get into this healing? So that could be the niche because you healed yourself and you have that story. So somebody like you looking for and researching it, and your experience you done to the others, it doesn't matter. You done to yourself. I'm in a same situation like you were before. How can I get better? And then that person will contact you. So that's the two things that I always ask to my client.
I love that. You're basically niching down to whoever you are. What's your story? That should be your niche. And I feel I do the same. Whatever's my story, I help those clients only. Because they somehow get attracted because I'm just a little ahead of them, you know. I feel this is great if women can really focus on what were their struggles, how did they come out of it, and what did they do to come out of it, and show it to the world, and that is your niche.
Yes.
So
because you really fully understand those people's psyche too.
Yeah, technically you are your niche, you know. Exactly your niche. This is great. Last question, Mayumi.
Yes.
For the coach or healer who's listening right now and feeling like stuck or broke and unsure, what's one thing you tell her to help her raise her vibration or her mental state?
Okay. It depends on that person, so I cannot think of. If the person come to book my transformational sessions 30 minutes for free, I can discuss that and maybe I can do the quick hypnotherapy type of session with it. I got a guy the other day. He wasn't into the coaching business yet, but he was very curious. He saw the different podcast and curious about the quantum touch that I teach. And then he contacted me. And I did the quick session for him. And then he was really, really grateful. And then now he's going to fly in and take a workshop from, with me in July. So that 30-minute session gonna be great. Other than that, I just want to say, money is just the energy. It's exchangeable energy that everybody appreciate and then can be changed into the different shapes. Could be a house or could be a food or anything. This is the energy. So money is not the paper, looks like a paper, but for everybody, it's the universal language of the energy to be exchanged to anything. So just start accepting it. There is no bad things. Having money, really. More, you can help others more, and you meet more greater people that you never meet before. You can go to the places you never been before, and you really can enjoy this life.
Awesome. So Mayumi, you talked about the 30-minute free session. I'm definitely going to add it to the show notes so that audience can take the free session from you. And it was wonderful having you on our show. Where can our people find you?
Yes. My website, askmayumi.com. So ASK, Mayumi, MAYUMI.com.
We are going to add it to the show notes. So if you don't, you're not.
Oh, I don't forget.
100%.
Yeah.
We are going to add that.
Call.
Yep.
Or if you just, if you don't, that's still a little bit, too urgent, then there is a PDF that you can download. That's 5 things that energy healer can do, how to build their credibility.
Awesome.
So it is more, yes.
So Mayumi is offering you two different things, guys. Make sure you do contact her. Go to askmayumi.com. I'm going to add it to the show notes. And she also is offering a 30-minute session as well as a PDF if you are an energy coach or if you are a spiritual coach and you really want to grow your business and take it to 6 figures. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Mayumi, for being on our
Thank you
show.
so much.
It was wonderful having you. And all of our listeners, always remember metamorphosis, not medication. Namaste.